Ladies and gentlemen, it's paint day. Arguably one of the most important days of this garage rebuild series. As we sit in the garage right now, it's fully prepped for paint. I need to mask off a few areas, like right here in the corner by the cabinet. Then I'm just gonna mask off everywhere over here, just to be sure we don't get paint on anything we don't want to be Harbor Gray, or Silver Chain as it's now called. Spoiler alert, that is the paint color we're going with. I think it looks perfect in like garage neutral areas. It's funny, it almost is kind of a similar color to the drywall or sheetrock. Obviously you guys are gonna see by the end of the video, but I think the before and after is gonna be huge. So I'm super excited. Without further ado, let's get into the paint. If you guys are new to the channel, hit subscribe for this garage rebuild series. Next episode, I'm telling you right now, is gonna be huge, which we just got shipment of 16 boxes of flooring. I don't want to like spoil or reveal the flooring, but I'll tell you what, I'll probably reveal it first on Instagram. So if you guys are following me, go follow S4_KevG and might get a little sneak preview of what the flooring in the garage looks like a little sooner than the YouTube videos. Ooh, let's get to masking. This part, again, is really just for like paint drippage spillage, because I'm gonna be covering the first 4 inches over here with that trim. We've got everything we need to start painting using this drywall primer. Hopefully it is like a quick dry, smooth flow and level. Seals and hides all patches and seams on new drywall. We'll see about that, ladies and gents. Directions, let's see how long we gotta wait between coats. 30 minutes. So we'll do 2 coats, 30 minutes apart. Honestly, probably by the time we get around, we'll be ready to start again on the other side. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start over here and zip right around. Let's do it. Well, these tops are like plastic. That's kind of cool. Never seen that before. Makes things a little easier. I just know this is gonna take a minute. Here goes nothing, I guess. Doesn't really matter what the final finish looks like, because at this point I got 3 more coats I'm gonna do, which now that I mentioned that, kind of seems like this is gonna take forever, but kind of just going slow on this first one, get the feel for it. I know it's not gonna be 100% perfect, although it is the goal to get it as close as possible. All right, so this is kind of what it looks like after the primer's down. And this whole side is ready for the next coat of primer, so that's good news. What's not good news is that. That looks so bad. Everything else is looking great though. Like every other spot, every other seam is pretty much just how you want it to look. But I'm just gonna go round 2. Probably not gonna film this part. It's pretty much the same thing we just did. Just gonna crank through it. All right, coming back. Primer's done. Looks kind of cool, like white, but obviously the final is gonna be not white. Went pretty quick. I think this stuff has an hour dry time before the final layer, so, or finished layer, I should say. So I'm gonna take a little break and come back in, I'd say like 20, 30 minutes, and then this stuff will be dry for an hour, so. Oh, good timing. Welcome back. Look at the difference.
Wow.
The primer's all done.
Looks like walls.
Yes, ma'am. Primer's
Wow,
finished.
Way different.
2 coats. It didn't take too long. I mean, what were you going, like 2 hours? 3?
2.5.
And we're getting some weather rolling in, it seems like, but it's not gonna affect us here in the garage. This is dried up nicely, man. This final primer action is looking good, and it is ready to receive the paint. So I'm gonna open these guys, mix it up, throw on the new Dilly Dally thingamabob here. I do have to do some like trimming in with the brush, a smaller brush, because there are some little intricate places I could not reach fully with the 9-inch roller. A couple corners and whatnot over there by the edge. Just things I want to make perfect, because this is going to be final top coat. Or I shouldn't say final top coat, final color, final, you know what I'm saying. All right, just finished up some of these like trim areas. They're gonna be tough to reach. Gonna slap this guy on and get rolling, baby. Listen to Rollin' by Limp Bizkit at the moment. It's quite fitting for the activity of the day. So this is after one full coat of the final gray. I think it looks so good. Finally getting an idea of what this will look like. And I will say, from the primer to the final coat, it made a huge difference of like hiding all the seams. Still have a little bubbling in here, but like over here, you cannot tell that there are seams in drywall, which is like amazing. That's what I was most worried about, but it's reassuring knowing that it looks good. I mean, this is sweet. This is exactly how I pictured and how I want it. So, gonna crank out the last coat and then be done for the day. We'll kind of see what this will look like as far as the final finished wall all the way around the garage. I'm so pumped at how this is looking. I'm gonna knock this final coat out again. Second coat's pretty boring. It's the same exact as last coat we just did, so I'm just gonna cruise right through it. I got paint on my forehead. It's done. The paint's done. Oh, it looks so good. Ladies and gentlemen, it is coming together. Keep saying it, but it's looking more and more like a finished garage by the day. Carson wanted me to paint the ceiling black, which obviously would look sick, but it's just so much work, so many spider webs and dust, and while it would look really good, I think I'm not gonna do it right now. Maybe in like a year, if I really feel like it. But for the time being, I'd say that's a huge improvement. I'm really impressed how well the final like coat of paint hid a lot of what was going on here as As far as like the seams, the gaps, obviously, like I mentioned, the 4 inches on the baseboard are gonna be covered. So I'm also gonna do that along this kind of back cabinet area. So that's all getting covered. And like here, I was really nervous, but even on camera right now, you can barely see where those seams are, which obviously is the goal. That is what it is. But overall, I'd say we're looking pretty good. Stuff is still drying up here, so it looks kind of like it has lines in it, but I'll take a good after photo. This stuff's pretty much dry, so it's gonna look like the final sheen gloss. I got the eggshell finish, which I think is just perfect for indoor spaces. Yeah, next is gonna be flooring and then that base trim, getting the outlet covers on and then adding one more outlet up here, tapping everything in, adding some switches for some lighting, which will be later on down the road, maybe a few weeks. But yeah, quite good progress. I'm super happy. Paint is one of those ones that's kind of like boring to watch. I'd say that it made the biggest difference as far as making this space look finished. So if you guys remember, 3 weeks ago, this was down to the studs. I did all the insulation, all the drywalling, and it is super rewarding. I'll be honest, this is the first major kind of renovation or project that I've had in my adult life, and it feels really cool to see it coming together. If you guys enjoyed the video, stick around. Next video is going to be the flooring, which I think is going to be another one of those major kind of like turning points where it starts to come together. So this was a big one. Next video is a big one. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss them. Hit the like button for the algorithm. Until next time, ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you.